Turkeyship with NATO has been characterized by notable conflicts that highlight the intricacy of both its internal political dynamics and geopolitical positioning. Tensions in the eastern Mediterranean from 2020 to the present. These tensions are a result of Turkey's aggressive energy exploration and naval maneuvers in waters that it disputes with Greece and Cyprus. These actions have escalated to military buildups and small altercations that strain relations between the two member states. One of the biggest recent conflicts within NATO was caused by Turkey's decision to purchase the Russian S-400 missile defense system. This decision sparked a strong reaction from the United States and other members because the system is seen as incompatible with Allied military equipment and poses a security risk to the F-35 fighter jet program. The geopolitical conflict is over natural resources and territorial claims, casting doubt on the alliance's ability to handle conflicts among its own members. In response, the US imposed sanctions under Qatar and pulled Turkey out of the F-35 program. Demonstrating the conflict between the alliance's cohesion and Turkey's strategic autonomy. Turkey's military operations against Kurdish forces in Syria, especially the YPG, which is supported by various NATO members like the United States for their role in combating ISIS, has created significant discord within the alliance. These operations have led to direct criticisms from other NATO members like France, reflecting a broader disagreement on how to manage the Syrian conflict and the role of Kurdish groups in the region. The Turkish military intervention in Cyprus in 1974 is a historical point of contention that had lasting effects on NATO dynamics. Following the intervention, Greece withdrew from the military command structure of NATO, protesting the alliance's inability to prevent the conflict or mediate effectively after the fact. This incident highlighted the difficulties NATO faces in managing disputes between its own members, especially those with deep historical and nationalistic roots. In addition to the confrontations mentioned so far, Turkey has faced further disputes with NATO regarding other issues. Allow me to briefly pause. Could you please do us a favor and hit the like button if you like our content? Your involvement helps us grow, so thank you. Please also leave your thoughts and feedback in the comments. Rosatom, after delays in deliveries from Siemens Energy AG in Germany, threatened the project's timeline. Turkey's energy minister reported that Russia's government-controlled nuclear company is purchasing equipment from China for Turkey's first nuclear facility. Rosatom has started sourcing from alternative suppliers to keep the $24 billion OU project on track. The facility is being built near Meran along the Mediterranean coast. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan attempted to address these delays with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. The Turkish energy minister acknowledged that the delays had caused the project's timeline to slip by several months. He also mentioned that, in spite of inquiries, both Rosatom and China's National Energy Administration had not commented on these developments. Siemens Energy had mentioned that it complied with export control laws. The cooperation between Turkey and Russia on the AUVU nuclear power plant has raised serious concerns within NATO. Because of its possible strategic ramifications and the strong bonds it represents between Turkey and Russia, the alliance views this project, which is being developed by Russia's Rosatom under a build-own-operate model, as problematic. The acquisition of the Russian S-400 missile defense system by Turkey and its current involvement in nuclear power with Russia, according to NATO officials, are major points of contention that raise concerns about Turkey's alignment with the alliance and its growing engagement with Russia. Adding to the situation's complexity is Turkey's relations with China, and its proposals for cooperation in the development of nuclear energy with China have also caused NATO to express concern, emphasizing a more cautious attitude towards Turkey's geopolitical orientations and partnerships outside the alliance. There are worries that these partnerships may have an impact on Turkey's military cooperation with NATO. Critical system integration, such as air defense, may become more difficult with the arrival of Russian systems like the S-400, which may cause interoperability problems within NATO that could impact cooperative military operations and intelligence sharing. Turkey may experience strain in its diplomatic ties with other NATO members as a result of these developments, especially with the US and other European nations that have historically seen China and Russia as strategic rivals. Divergent interests have the potential to cause conflict in diplomatic channels and influence NATO collective decision-making. Bayer criticized the political nature of this issue, which he claimed is free of international sanctions, in an interview with Turkey's national news agency, Anadolu. Bakar criticized the suggestion that sanctions against Russia would unintentionally affect Turkey, citing Anna's decision to remain neutral and not participate in Western sanctions against Russia following its incursion into Ukraine. He also hinted that Siemens could face consequences for the delays, especially given its significant operations in Turkey. The obstacles could be financial or legal. He also downplayed claims that the Siemens equipment might be transferred to Russia or that the proceeds of the Oru project would finance Russian military operations. He believes that Turkey's neutral posture is essential to its role as a mediator in the conflict. He dispelled allegations that the facility is funding Russian military operations by reassuring that safeguards are in place to guarantee the equipment is used only in Turkey and pointing out that it won't be profitable for 15 to 20 years. This strategic development aims to strengthen Turkey's energy independence and align with its goal to achieve carbon neutrality by 2053. The Oru plant, which will house 4 Russian Viva 1200 reactors, is expected to contribute approximately 10% of Turkey's electricity and lessen the country's reliance on imported energy. The project, valued at approximately $20 billion, represents the largest single-site investment in Turkey's history and was started in 2018. The initiative has produced thousands of jobs, with about 80% of them being Turkish nationals working with educational programs to train Turkish engineers in Russia. Rosatom's move to Chinese suppliers highlights Russia's increasing cooperation with Turkey and China. This is a part of Turkey's larger initiative to strengthen ties with emerging markets, which also includes its desire to join the BRICS group in the face of frozen EU accession negotiations and punitive EU actions pertaining to Mediterranean energy exploration. Given Turkey's vital role in the alliance since 1952 and its strategic geopolitical positioning despite potential tensions, the country's complex relationship with Russia has raised concerns within NATO. With its controversial acquisitions, such as the Russian S-400 missile defense system, which has sparked US sanctions and discussions about whether Russian systems are compatible with NATO standards, Turkey continues to be an essential NATO member, actively participating in regional security and maintaining economic and defense engagements with Russia. Due to strong energy ties and strategic economic partnerships, trade between Turkey and Russia plummeted in 2020.